I'm trying to communicate effectively with fucking Copilot, but Copilot doesn't wanna communicate with me. I asked him, fuck you. Nothing hears me today. Nothing listens to my commands. I don't know what the fuck is wrong. Have plain chocolate. I have Fanta. I have nothing else actually. What the fuck? Okay. So I asked fucking Copilot to give me a video about Odysseus because my father asked me from my posts in my posts, whatever you wanna call it, for an audiobook of the book 5 of Homer's Odyssey, and he says search on YouTube. Did you restart the router? Copilot, bestie, I asked you to give me one yourself. What the fuck? Oh my god. Okay, so he's giving me. Is he giving? Thank you, Copilot. At least. Thank you. How long? Okay, 26 minutes. I don't know how much it will take us, but let's start with the game. So, Helga, will you explain a little bit? My father told me you have questions about the rape between Calypso and Odysseus. Okay, so I don't know if it is a rape, what happened to him from Calypso myself, because when I read the book, I don't remember exactly what I analyzed. If I analyzed it in my dissertation and I said it is written, then I did it because I read the book at that moment, like I was writing my dissertation. I read it and I analyzed the book, but I don't remember off the top of my head what it writes there because I wasn't paying attention in class. I hated Homer. And I grew up knowing that he was raped, but I didn't delve myself into it, obviously, because I never liked the stories. I don't know what the fuck. Okay. Cleared. Okay, so we have almost finished the fucking story. We have to do the boss battle. Okay, to finish the story, and then we will go probably Sparks of Hope. So I don't know myself. Now I will hear the story with you because my father said you have your questions about Calypso and my thoughts. My father says what my thoughts are about Calypso and Odysseus. What thoughts exactly? Like how I deal with it. I don't like the fact that he was in prison, and I think that was very unfair that Calypso had him in her house without his choice and shit. What do you mean though? He asked, what do you think if he attracted it, like if he deserved it? Okay. Why should somebody deserve being raped? I don't understand that. My father wanted wanted me to tell you, Helga knows from you that you are sensitive about these topics, and I have told her you are sensitive about these topics as well. And that's why I tell her to tell you. Okay, makes sense. So because you have told me, like my father has told me you are sensitive with such things with victims and shit. I know that. And I got that from your classes as well. Like that's not ironic. I got that honestly. I remember you said some things about um, victims in your class and shit. I remember that. Like, we were speaking about Augustine, if you remember. Yeah, I remember that. Hey, you go ahead, my papa. Okay. I start again because I wanna try eliminate all the enemies at once. Okay. So, if he had it coming with his actions in the sea, because he was punished by Poseidon. Okay, Odysseus was punished by Poseidon, and if that was his punishment, no, I don't think so. If Zeus and Homer write it down, I don't agree with it. But if you ask me, okay, I did the exact same thing once again. If he did, then I don't agree with it. But I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. Okay, if they did. So we will listen to. Fuck. We will listen to the story right now from scratch, both you and I, because I don't remember. If I analyzed it, I say it again. If I analyzed that in my dissertation, I can actually see it. Hold on a second. I have here my dissertation. I see if I analyzed it. Wrong file. Again. So, Odysseus. Ο Calypso. Odysseus. Okay. I must have read it because I say a paragraph earlier he says, probably Homer. Oh, okay. I speak about the idiot who said the lives of Homer God's sex can be mutually joyful, unity, and fertile. A paragraph earlier he says Calypso apparently has sex with Odysseus most nights for 7 years. The story is not taken from the Iliad but from the Odyssey, the other epic by Homer. Heath's, yeah, that's the name. Understanding is once again problematic because in both occasions we don't deal with mutually joyful sex, but with seduction and sexual intercourse that is non-consensual, to say the least, as in Calypso's case. Odysseus is trapped by her in her island, although he longs to be again with his wife Penelope, and because Calypso is both a goddess and in love with him, traps him there, and they end up having a questionable and strange affair that is definitely forced because of the circumstances, an affair not out of eros or love, but out of necessity for companionship from Odysseus' side. Both in this myth and in Zeus' deception myth, we have to do with the male character, whether mortal or immortal, who is trapped by his female partner one way or the other, and the person who commits the seduction or initiates the non-consensual sexual intercourse is in both cases a woman, more specifically a goddess. Zé, are you reading about my dissertation? Are you reading what I'm writing? Because I discussed about the deception of Zeus 2 videos ago, and that's crazy. When dealing with two goddesses who use to their own advantage their high status and power to achieve something, both cases, sexually, to achieve something sexually, their male partner is left powerless in both cases, but be it the king of Ithaca or the father of gods, which leaves the reader thinking that women are inherently violent and seductresses, if not more powerful than the men they are involved with, who are always powerless in their hands. So, I probably, to write that down, I had probably, I don't remember, to be fair, I don't remember, it's been years. If I wrote it down, I had read the book directly or I heard an audiobook by the mythologist. Do you remember the guy? Here is the guy. He made, he has made, where is it? Sorry, hold on a second, playlists. He has made yeah, the epic podcast Odysseus, the season 2. First season was Iliad, that's here, okay, Iliada, epico podcast, the epic podcast Iliada, Iliad, okay. So yeah, he has done that. He has done that, and I don't remember what year he did it. Hold on a second to see. It's a guy that helped me. Okay. He posted them October 2022, so that was after I finished my studies, okay. If it was not him, because I really don't remember, if I didn't listen to his podcasts, then probably I read the book. I have an English translation, I have modern Greek translation, I have the ancient Greek from school, I have the book from school still, okay. There are online sources, so I probably read the original because I remember from school that they were saying that Calypso was raping Odysseus. So if I said it, it's because I read it. If I didn't put references, my father says he doesn't care about that anymore. Yeah, I didn't put reference because I said in the said book or Odyssey and shit, so I didn't reference because there's not something specifically I have to reference. But I remember from school they were saying that he was having sex with Calypso and he didn't choose to have it. He was forced by her, and they were speaking very much about the inactivity of the deities, and that goddess Athena didn't help the guy that she saw as a lover pretty much. Like I remember that, to be fair. I remember that being discussed in class, okay. So yeah, if that makes sense, but I don't remember the book at all. If I did it, it was just to support my claims. Maybe it sounds crazy, but you wanted me to say sources and sources and sources, and my father says you used that to strengthen your argument in Z's eyes. Yes, that's what I did, because if you asked me to do it myself, I would just be speaking about Jerusalem and my dad. I wouldn't speak about other deities and shit, because if I keep putting more material in the discussion, it becomes confusing for somebody that is not a mystic, because I have to analyze even deeper and deeper and deeper and descend even more into the madness. And because I know people usually don't know how to communicate with spirits, I just said, okay, let's do it without all this crap around it. That makes sense. So, straightforward, why Jerusalem and Yahweh are relationship goals, why a man has to be like Yahweh, why a wife has to be as Jerusalem, her nature and shit, how repentance works, and how why Yahweh is the true deity is reflected in the way that he's treating his wife, basically. That was what I wanted to do. I wouldn't drag the discussion about Hera that much if I was by myself, because first things first, I don't like the story with the Hera. She's treated like a nasty piece of shit in the entire story. Like, Zeus doesn't respect her at all, and I don't like speaking about stuff that I don't like. Like, it makes me upset. But because you wanted me to do a comparison like that, that's why I did it. And I said, okay, let's bring her into the game. But if I had the choice, I wouldn't have done it exactly like that, because I had to say that Hera has a very bad marriage and Jerusalem doesn't. For me, that's saddening. I know maybe that sounds creepy for you. Maybe. Or creepy, I don't know how to say it, because what I say here is that I am sorry about the fictional character. I just see it that this woman didn't have the choice or or even the free will to get a divorce from her husband Zeus. She didn't have the choice, and like if she wanted a divorce and have another husband and she loves him, and I don't know, I just felt very, it's very disheartening for me. That's what I'm saying. Okay, so that's what I mean. Apart from that, yeah, I suppose if that answers something. But for me, like Hera didn't have the choice to have another husband like Jerusalem did, or have the choice to go back to him or anything. And when I have her in my mind, she's just like a very oppressed wife, and I don't like speaking about such sad stories. Even when a person doesn't exist, I prefer to speak about the realities, how reality is. Like, my father is a good husband, my father is a good father, my father is a good god, and stick there, not speak about bad stuff and make it depressing. That's my style. But because you want me to be scholarly enough, I just spoke about the other tradition more like in details. If I had it done myself, my dad says, how would you have done it? I would have taken out the entire sheet, and I would have just stuck on why Zeus is lying for mystics, and I would have spoken about him in the mystical manner, like he is a triune deity, his name is to be, he believes in reincarnation, he says that you are an old soul and you have to abide by an unwritten law that only specific people know. My father says, would you have made known that you were talking to him? No, I wouldn't. No. Because nobody would have believed me if I did. And the point for me is not to say what I am, but what my God is, what the other God was for me. And I didn't try to deceive pagans, I didn't try to misinterpret the gods. I just said exactly what they said, and I just gave correct coordinates, let's put it that way. Okay, so by doing that, that means that I didn't want to deceive anybody, so that you don't have any reason to know who I am, what the fuck I am doing. Just know this and that, and you are good to go about me. So nothing particular about me. Like the fact that I wrote it as I did, yes, it was something I wanted to do. I don't think, except if you believe something else about me, I wouldn't want anybody to know that I am a mystic. Okay, my father says, Helga, I think from the way that you wrote, what if Zeus didn't get not even his name properly? I think you wrote this in order for Z to understand what you say. And I think this is why it hurt you so much, how he answered, and you reference what he said so many times, because that's why it hurt you, because you wrote it for him, you wanted him to understand that you are a mystic, and he didn't, and it hurt you, and that's why you speak about the archaic apostolic defense comment all the time. Maybe I don't know. But if you say it, I forgot the light on. If you say it, maybe I did it then. So let's now watch the video. Okay, so I'm gonna listen to it for the first time. I don't know details because I don't remember, I wasn't paying attention. But let's see if Calypso and Odysseus have an affair.
5 of the Odyssey by Homer. Book 5 of the Odyssey by Homer. Translated by Samuel Butler. This LibriVox recording is in the public domain. The Odyssey. Book 5. Calypso. Ulysses reaches Scheria on a raft. And now, as Dawn rose from her couch beside Tithonus, harbinger of light alike to mortals and immortals, the gods met in council, and with them Jove the
Ulysses, there is Odysseus in Latin. Sometimes they call him Ulysses. It's Odysseus. It's the same name. It's the same name just in Latin. Okay.
Lake Domain. Book 5 of the Odyssey by Homer. Translated by Samuel Butler. This LibriVox recording is in the public domain. The Odyssey. Book 5. Calypso. Ulysses reaches Scheria on a raft. And now, as dawn rose from her couch beside Tithonus, harbinger of light alike to mortals and immortals, the gods met in council, and with them Jove, the Lord of Thunder, who is their king. Thereon Minerva began to tell them of the many sufferings of Ulysses, for she pitied him away there in the house of the nymph Calypso. "Father Jove," said she, "and all you other gods that live in everlasting bliss."
Jove is another name for Zeus. Okay.
Of the many sufferings of Ulysses.
I hate it when the translators speak Latin equivalent and not the original Greek. Not because I have a problem with Latin, but because I have to explain several cultural stuff, and the person that reads it that's not a Greek doesn't understand it. Maybe I hear Jove and I understand that's Zeus. Minerva, I hear it say Athena, Mars, that's Ares. I understand Venus is Aphrodite. But that is my culture. I don't expect a person outside of my culture to understand that I understand Latin names, because we were Romans back in the day, and like Agamben says I'm a Roman, I can say I'm a Roman even though I am a Greek technically. You get what I mean? So I prefer just stick to the original. We make it easier for foreigners that have no idea what Mediterranean culture is all about. You get what I mean?
Harbinger of light alike to mortals and immortals, the gods met in council, and with them Jove, the Lord of Thunder, who is their king. Thereon Minerva began to tell them of the many sufferings of Ulysses, for she pitied him away there in the house of the nymph Calypso. "Father Jove," said she, "and all you other gods that live in everlasting bliss, I hope there may never be such a thing as a kind and well-disposed ruler any more, nor one who will govern equitably. I hope they will be all henceforth cruel and unjust, for there is not one of his subjects but has forgotten Ulysses, who ruled them as though he were their father. There he is, lying in great pain in an island where dwells the nymph Calypso, who will not let him go, and he cannot get back to his own country, for he can find neither ships nor sailors to take him over the sea. Furthermore, wicked people are now trying to murder his only son Telemachus, who is coming home from Pylos and Lacedaemon, where he has been to see if he can get news of his father." "What, my dear, are you talking about?" replied her father. "Did you not send him there yourself, because you thought it would help Ulysses to get home and punish the suitors? Besides, you are perfectly able to protect Telemachus and to see him safely home again, while the suitors have to come scurrying back without having killed him." When he had thus spoken, he said to his son Mercury, "Mercury, you are our messenger. Go therefore and tell Calypso we have decreed that poor Ulysses is to return home. He is to be convoyed neither by gods nor men, but after a perilous voyage of 20 days upon a raft, he is to reach fertile Scheria, the land of the Phaeacians, who are near of kin to the gods, and will honor him as though he were one of ourselves. They will send him in a ship to his own country, and will give him more bronze and gold and raiment than he would have brought back from Troy, if he had had all his prize money and had got home without disaster. This is how we have settled that he shall return to his country and his friends." Thus he spoke, and Mercury, guide and guardian, slayer of Argus, did as he was told. Forthwith he bound on his glittering golden sandals, with which he could fly like the wind over land and sea. He took the wand with which he seals men's eyes in sleep, or wakes them just as he pleases, and flew, holding it in his hand over Pieria. Then he swooped down through the firmament till he reached the level of the sea, whose waves he skimmed like a cormorant that flies fishing every hole and corner of the ocean, and drenching its thick plumage in the spray. He flew and flew over many a weary wave, but when at last he got to the island, which was his journey's end, he left the sea and went on by land, till he came to the cave where the nymph Calypso lived. He found her at home.
Okay.
There was a large fire burning on the hearth, and one could smell from far the fragrant reek of burning cedar and sandalwood. As for herself, she was busy at her loom, shooting her golden shuttle through the warp and singing beautifully. Round her cave there was a thick wood of alder, poplar, and sweet-smelling cypress trees, wherein all kinds of great birds had built their nests, owls, hawks, and chattering sea-crows that occupy their business in the waters. A vine loaded with grapes was trained and grew luxuriantly about the mouth of the cave. There were also 4 running rills of water in channels cut pretty close together, and turned hither and thither so as to irrigate the beds of violets and luscious herbage over which they flowed. Even a god could not help being charmed with such a lovely spot, so Mercury stood still and looked at it. But when he had admired it sufficiently, he went inside the cave. Calypso knew him at once, for the gods all know each other, no matter how far they live from one another. But Ulysses was not within. He was on the seashore as usual, looking out upon the barren ocean with tears in his eyes, groaning and breaking his heart for sorrow.
Sorry, fuck you, fucking advertisement. Christmas decorations from Halloween era. Okay, makes sense.
No, so Mercury stood still and looked at it.
Mercury is Hermes. I forgot to mention that Mercury is Hermes, the god messenger. Okay.
But when he had admired it sufficiently, he went inside the cave. Calypso knew him at once, for the gods all know each other, no matter how far they live from one another. But Ulysses was not within. He was on the seashore as usual, looking out upon the barren ocean with tears in his eyes, groaning and breaking his heart for sorrow. Calypso gave Mercury a seat and said, "Why have you come to see me, Mercury, honored and ever welcome, for you do not visit me often? Say what you want. I will do it for you at once if I can, and if it can be done at all. But come inside and let me set refreshment before you." As she spoke, she drew a table loaded with ambrosia beside him and mixed him some red nectar, so Mercury ate and drank till he had had enough, and then said, "We are speaking god and goddess to one another,
Okay.
and you ask me why I have come here, and I will tell you truly, as you would have me do. Jove sent me. It was no doing of mine. Who could possibly want to come all this way over the sea where there are no cities full of people to offer me sacrifices or choice hecatombs? Nevertheless, I had to come, for none of us other gods can cross Jove, nor transgress his orders. He says that you have here the most ill-starred of all those who fought 9 years before the city of King Priam, and sailed home in the 10th year after having sacked it. On their way home they sinned against Minerva, who raised both wind and waves against them, so that all his brave companions perished, and he alone was carried hither by wind and tide. Jove says that you are to let this man go at once, for it is decreed that he shall not perish here, far from his own people, but shall return to his house and country and see his friends again." Calypso trembled with rage when she heard this. "You gods," she exclaimed, "ought to be ashamed of yourselves. You are always jealous, and hate seeing a goddess take a fancy to a mortal man, and live with him in open matrimony. So, when rosy-fingered Dawn made love to Orion, you precious gods were all of you furious, till Diana went and killed him in Ortygia."
What it says here, who did what? Dawn and Orion had sex. Okay, I don't remember this myth. I don't know all the myths. I know some of them, a handful. The myths are millions. I don't know, like there are so many myths. I don't. I not a single Greek knows all the myths by heart. There are too many, um, like variations and sheets and everything. It's just too much for you to know everything. That makes sense. Okay, so no way. You cannot know. So I don't know if that happened. Calypso says basically that you allowed that woman, you didn't allow me. If she does that, she has a valid point, and the concept behind it is that women are seductresses. That's why I wrote what I wrote. Like I now remember why I said it, but do I remember the context of what I said? No, I don't. I don't remember because I hate these stories anyways. So, yeah, that's the cup of tea of it. Let's continue.
Did ya? So again, when Ceres fell in love with Aeation, and yielded to him in a thrice-ploughed fallow field, Jove came to hear of it before so very long, and killed Aeation with his thunderbolts. And now you are angry with me too, because I have a man here.
Yeah.
I found the poor creature sitting all alone astride of a keel, for Jove had struck his ship with lightning and sunk it in mid-ocean, so that all his crew were drowned, while he himself was driven by wind and waves on to my island. I got fond of him and cherished him, and had set my heart on making him immortal, so that he should never
Fuck.
grow old all his days. Still, I cannot cross Jove, nor bring his counsels to nothing. Therefore, if he insists upon it, let the man go beyond the seas again. But I cannot send him anywhere myself, for I have neither ships nor men who can take him. Nevertheless, I will readily give him such advice, in all good faith, as will be likely to bring him safely to his own country. Then send him away, said Mercury, or Jove will be angry with you and punish you. On this he took his leave, and Calypso went out to look for Ulysses.
My father says that you think that you are Calypso because you are woman, the woman usually in the stories. Can we make an agreement, you and I, riding Harleys in Hawaii? My father is laughing. Can you, when I am giving you a story, stick to the story I am giving you and not make your own assumptions about other stories that usually come from the pagan world? My father says he didn't do it intentionally, he just heard the story from your dissertation and he thinks that he is the archetype of the archetype of you think you are the archetype of I can't dash anybody. Fuck my life. Fuck my life. The archetype of Calypso. No, you aren't. You aren't. Don't think crazily if you can. Thank you. Fuck my life. This fucking game. I'm never gonna do the boss battle. Never gonna do that.
for she had heard Jove's message.
I should dash another one, and I didn't. Fuck. Let's continue.
Found him sitting upon the beach with his eyes ever filled with
Oh!
tears and dying of sheer homesickness.
No, 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 no. Oh my, oh. No, no, oh my, oh my god, oh my, Mario's dead. Mario's dead. I killed Mario. I killed Mario. I killed Mario. Go fast, I don't wanna see it. I'm gonna die. Mario's dead. Ugh. Ugh. Ouch. I don't know. Ah. Okay. Let's go back a little bit. Sorry about that.
And sunk it in mid-ocean.
I'm trying to
so
save
that all
it.
his crew were drowned, while he himself was driven by wind and waves onto my island. I got fond of him and cherished him, and had set my heart on making him immortal, so that he should never grow old all his days. Still, I cannot cross Jove, nor bring his counsels to nothing. Therefore, if he insists...
My father doesn't want you to die like that. My father wants you to come with me. That's what he has said. Okay. I don't know why you keep saying these stories, but these stories are from Zeus. And yes, I might sound crazy to say it all the time, but that's why I do it. These stories are demonic, and that's why you shouldn't pay attention. That's what I'm saying, okay? Mario is cooked entirely. Mario is fucking cooked. But yeah, you shouldn't think it like that. That's what I'm saying. Okay.
who were drowned, while he himself was driven by wind and waves onto my island. I got fond of him and cherished him, and had set my heart on making him immortal, so that he should never grow old all his days. Still, I cannot cross Jove, nor bring his counsels to nothing. Therefore, if he insists upon it, let the man go beyond the seas again. But I cannot send him anywhere myself, for I have neither ships nor men who can take him. Nevertheless, I will readily give him such advice in all good faith as will be likely to bring him safely to his own country.
Right now, these bears are in desperate need of help. They're trapped.
Country. Then him. Nevertheless, I will readily give him such advice in all good faith as will be likely to bring him safely to his own country. Then send him away, said Mercury, or Jove will be angry with you and punish you. On this he took his leave, and Calypso went out to look for Ulysses, for she had heard Jove's message. She found him sitting upon the beach with his eyes ever filled with tears, and dying of sheer homesickness, for he had got tired of Calypso, and though he was forced to sleep...
You think that I am tired of you, my father says. No, I'm not. I don't know why you say that. I don't understand. And because I am Heidi who misses her house, I am the woman who wants to go back to her dad, and I am dragged down by you. Where did you buy your brain from? Like, my father is laughing. Where did you buy this brain? Like, tell me. I must know where you bought the brain so I don't buy brain for my kids. There's something wrong with your brain. You shouldn't process information in your head like this.
Upon the beach.
That it's not like that. No. I don't know why you say it. If Mario doesn't have a boost of energy, he's gonna get cooked entirely. Okay, gonna pass the
with you and punish you. On this he took his leave, and Calypso went out to look for Ulysses, for she had heard Jove's message. She found him sitting upon the beach with his eyes ever filled with tears, and dying of sheer homesickness, for he had got tired of Calypso, and though he was forced to sleep with her in the cave by night, it was she, not he, that would have it so. As for the daytime...
Okay, so she was raping him. Okay, he said it. She wanted to sleep with him. It was not Odysseus who wanted to sleep with Calypso. Okay, I got that now. I didn't know. I didn't know, personally speaking. So he was raped. When exactly did this happen with me, bestie? Hey, bestie, when did this happen with us? I'm not getting you. Helga, are you tired today? Yes, I am a little bit tired today, to be honest. Yeah, I'm going tomorrow to the pool. Okay, so probably I will be also tired, but I'm gonna continue with the videos anyways. Fuck. Let's go here.
Country. Then send him away, said Mercury, or Jove will be angry with you and punish you. On this he took his leave, and Calypso went out to look for Ulysses, for she had heard Jove's message. She found him sitting upon the beach with his eyes ever filled with tears, and dying of sheer homesickness, for he had got tired of Calypso, and though he was forced to sleep with her in the cave by night, it was she, not he, that would have it so. As for the daytime, he spent it on the rocks and on the seashore, weeping, crying aloud for his despair, and always looking out upon the sea. Calypso then went up close to him and said, "My poor fellow, you shall not stay here grieving and fretting your life out any longer. I am going to send you away of my own free will. So go, cut some beams of wood, and make yourself a large raft with an upper deck, that it may carry you safely over the sea. I will put bread, wine, and water on board to save you from starving. I will also give you clothes, and will send you a fair wind to take you home, if the gods in heaven so will it, for they know more about these things and can settle them better than I can." Ulysses shuddered as he heard her. "Now, goddess," he answered, "there is something behind all this. You cannot be really meaning to help me home, when you bid me do such a dreadful thing as put to sea on a raft. Not even a well-found ship with a fair wind could venture on such a distant voyage. Nothing that you can say or do shall make me go on board a raft, unless you first solemnly swear that you mean me no mischief." Calypso smiled at this.
Why do you think I would see you like that? You didn't force me to do anything. He forced you with a dissertation. Okay, don't mix stuff that are not mixed. Like, that's not what I'm doing. When I am seeing stories, I am reading them in the spiritual language. You are trying to interpret the stories from your perspective. That's not how it works. It's a language. That's what I'm telling you all the time. It's a language. You have to interpret the language as a language, and you don't do that. Okay, game is over. I guess I owe you guys a debt of gratitude or whatever. I just hope this has taught you a lesson. Taught us all a lesson, really. We ought not to meddle with powerful forces beyond our understanding. Look, I can't promise that I'll be good forever, but I will try. You did kinda free my dad from a big scary dragon thing. Guess I'll have to take my lamps when he wakes up. Okay, I'll put that. This is so wholesome. I like it when bad guys become good and everything is... Sorry. Everything is settled. So I'm gonna... I like that so much. So wholesome. Unless you want to take the fall for me. I mean, he already hates Mario, so... A tempting offer. Alas, we must return to Princess Peach's castle to let everyone know that the threat to the Mushroom Kingdom has passed. Oh yeah, well, until next time. Okay. I won the boss battle. So I finished the game. Okay, we have everything now. I'm gonna put the sparks of hope until we finish the fucking video in about half an hour or something. I don't know. If I find my equipment, actually. Let's see the story. I like that. Yeah, go faster. It can go faster. So I'm trying to find where the fuck I have. Okay, I have here my case with all my Nintendo games. I've shown that before. Okay, let's see where this will end. So I have here the Sparks of Hope. Sparks of Hope is the last game in the show, in the case. Okay, we have funny pictures on the screen. Play this game. So I bought this here, Kingdom Battle, and here is Sparks of Hope. It's the part 2 with rabbits. I haven't finished it because it's like a game that how to say it, it's more relaxing game type of, and I wanted something more challenging, like you can play it and not have like difficulty level at all. Maybe I can change that or maybe not, I will see. But I thought that because I am teaching sheets in here, maybe it would be easier for me to play this game now and teach sheets, because I don't have to focus too much on the game, right? So I'm sure it has an ending scene somewhere. That's why I'm waiting. Bertrand Israel. That guy has the most unhinged name. Like, his name is literally a country. It's unhinged, isn't it? Like, imagine Helga Greece, like Z China. It's funny. No hate, obviously. I'm just saying it's funny. It's funny. I like funny games, names, to be fair. So, until this passes, so you think that you are burdening me down and I am trying to go home. I didn't say ever I'm trying to go home to my dad like that. I have some you get what I mean, like dark thoughts. Yeah, I have them. I'm not gonna pretend I don't, but that doesn't have to do with the fact that I don't want to be with you. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that just because you left me, I have these thoughts. That's what I'm saying. So, like, if you leave me, that would make it worse for me. It's not gonna make it better. That's what I'm saying. But I don't understand why you should compare yourself with Calypso. Calypso there is the woman that seduces / rapes Odysseus, and that paints women in a bad manner, and it paints romantic love in a bad manner. Like all romantic love is devilishly driven, and it is destined for destruction and ending and tragic ending and shit. And that's what I was discussing, because my dissertation was about femininity and how femininity, thank you, fuck my life, how femininity can help you see who is the real god. Like, that's how I used it. I used it to say that, look, my dad is this and that. That's what I mean. If I ever single appliance in all history has caused more trouble for more people, I'd like to hear about it. Okay, the washing machine. Wait a moment, history. I could use this time machine to help our past selves rescue Spawny and save the Mushroom Kingdom more easily. Wait, what if I did that already? What if your biggest fan was me the whole time? Nonsense. What kind of an insecure egomaniac would lavish that much praise on themselves? Though maybe I should forward those messages to my past self just in case. Dearest Bippo, whose bravery, intelligence and compassion, etc, etc. I'll just copy the rest. Let's see, who should I put a sentence? Who should I put as sentence name so I don't confuse myself later? Mean earlier. Hehe. If my timing is correct, you are in dire need of help. I know. FB for future people. Future people, okay. So it was him the whole time. Fuck my... Oh wait, I forgot the attachment. This video game is, I don't know. Shoikon thought perhaps I should live well enough alone. One never knows what unintended consequences something like this could have. Okay, that's unhinged. He literally gave letters. I thought it was the guy from the real timeline, like the human. I didn't believe that it would be him. Oh well, what could possibly go wrong? He's so unhinged, like he sent himself letter. I don't remember that from the previous time I played it. So he sent the letters to himself all along. Oh my god. I thought it was the human person. What the fuck? What the fuck? I don't know. Anyways, so let's put this now. Okay. So you have Sparks of Hope, that was the Kingdom battle. Okay. Check. Okay, so we have some sheets to download. It's just a minute, nothing more. Okay, so let's continue with the story. I want to finish the story. Okay, so
behind all this, you cannot be really meaning to help me home. Upper deck.
So Odysseus thinks that she's gonna deceive him. As you can see, the stories, the Greek stories, are always filled with deception and doubt. Deception, darkness, doubt. Everybody is in the dark. That's why my father says in the Bible that I am a God. You say I am a God that is hidden. I never hid myself. I was always made myself known to people, that I am the one who speaks. I didn't speak in hidden places. I didn't speak in the dark. That's what he says all the time. When the Pharisees caught Jesus in the Testimony, he said, I am the one, why do you search for me? I spoke publicly my teachings, he said, the Gospel of John. Okay, like, that's not how my father is working, that's how Zeus is working, okay? Ubisoft, okay. So, like, you can see this even in the stories, you can see it, that this how these deities work, this how they behave, like they deceive, they expect you to deceive them, like even Zeus expected somebody to deceive him back. Okay, game completion. Last year, 2024, Beacon Beach, 7% completion. Yeah, I haven't done it. Okay, Sparks of Hope, let's go now. You are back with the same game. Okay. Yeah, this how they work, like even Zeus was deceived, that's what I mean. Zeus is deceived about 3-4 times in the entire mythology, and in general, like he is deceived by Poseidon and Hera, and they almost take over the cosmos. That's before Iliad, at some point, like after the Titan War and before Iliad. um, Hera during the Iliad he deceives him with sex, okay? Then Zeus is deceived in the Theogony, which is way back, like that's literally right after the creation of man. He's deceived by Prometheus, like there are many instances that he himself gets deceived, so that's something that runs in the blood, like deception runs in the blood and the bones and the flesh of Greek mythology and pagan beliefs and shit. You get what I mean? Mario, Rabbit Peach, Bippo, I'm so relieved to see you. It's not something that happens with my dad. That I have explained many times about deception in my channel, and I think in my dissertation as well. The rabbits are especially exuberant today. Someone has misplaced Rabbit Mario's overalls. Okay. They are missing and he's too embarrassed to come out of the bus he's hiding in. Oh, if I catch the thief who took my overalls, where are they? If that was Greek translation, I would think the overalls are balls. Can you please look at and find Rabbit Mario's overalls? Try checking the trees or the bushes. Okay, he's talking. It's a little different, as you can see. People always say to me, move, to look around, no idea why. Okay, I've heard the phrase hold X to boost, makes no sense to me, but what do I know? Okay, so we have the fucking controllers. These overalls are mine, check the size in the tag if you don't believe me. Those are my Rabbit Mario's for sure, but I smell something fishy. Okay. So what do I have to find? Sliding is the best, just wish if it weren't one way only. Okay, yeah, that's something I have to problem with. Okay, find Mario Rabbit's overalls. And where the fuck are they? Yeah, guys, the first level, you can't find something in the first level. Yeah. I wanna finish the tutorial so I can do the SpongeBob can't swim, but I can swim with the other Mario and shit. I can't come out without my overall. Shake the bushes, shake the trees, just find them. Okay. Rabbit Mario needs your help. Someone, okay. Search the bushes. Burning bushes, my dad, okay. Went there. Bushes. Okay. I like how cartoonish it is. It's very fun. Look here. That's a very good rabbit. Check the bushes. They are nature's piggy banks. Okay, I found it. Okay, who is that? I heard you built a new spaceship beep. Can I fly it? Okay. Okay, let's go. Ta-da! Back in business. Oh, you found your overalls, Rabbit Mario. I knew I should have hid them somewhere else. Yes, you want to be just like Rabbit Mario, but only one of us can look this good in casual alternatives to pants. All's well that ends well. Now that we can enjoy this beautiful day in peace and harmony.
With our latest adventure complete, we can now kick back and relax, safe in the knowledge that everything is under control.
Not for so long. Oh. That's Bowser. I don't remember. I don't remember the game. Okay, so we are now beginning the game, right? Okay, from cover to cover. Okay, reach area. Okay, that's a level. Then we have to reach the area.
Don't panic, Rabbit Peach. We'll just stroll casually along the back of this flying creature and reach your location in no time. Uh-oh. Strike the words casual, stroll, and don't panic. We've got hostiles incoming.
So I remember.
Take cover and don't get caught out in the open. Move from cover to cover and remember to attack.
I know that we can, like in the beginning, you don't have 3 characters. You have only Rabbit Peach and Mario. Later, I will take again Rabbit Luigi because they are my trio, my golden trio, and I'm attached to them. That's why I take them. Okay. Get behind cover to protect your hero from enemies. My father says, yeah, you are attached to it. Like they are humans. Yes, that's why. I don't want to change for this reason. While taking cover, you can aim with ZL at enemies and hit them while remaining protected. Okay. Yeah.
He was looking out upon the sea. Calypso then went up close to him and said, "My poor fellow, you shall not stay here grieving and fretting your life out any longer. I am going to send you away of my own free will. So go, cut some beams of wood, and make yourself a large raft with an upper deck, that it may carry you safely over the sea." It was she, not he, that would have it so. As for the daytime, he spent it on the rocks and on the seashore, weeping, crying aloud for his despair, and always looking out upon the sea. Calypso then went up close to him and said, "My poor fellow, you shall not stay here grieving and fretting your life out any longer. I am going to send you away of my own free will. So go, cut some beams of wood, and make yourself a large raft with an upper deck, that it may carry you safely over the sea. I will put bread, wine, and water on board to save you from starving. I will also give you clothes. And will send you a fair wind to take you home, if the gods in heaven so will it. For they know more about these things and can settle them better than I can. Ulysses shuddered as he heard her. Now, goddess, he answered, there is something behind all this. You cannot be really meaning to help me home when you bid me do such a dreadful thing as put to sea on a raft. Not even a well-found ship with a fair wind could venture on such a distant voyage. Nothing that you can say or do shall make me go on board a raft unless you first solemnly swear that you mean me no mischief. Calypso smiled at this and caressed him with her hand. You know a great that you can say or do shall make me go on board a raft unless you first solemnly swear that you mean.
We'll simply rely on our powerful dash move that has saved the day for us during many a battle. Using dash, we can jar those egg-like things loose once they're in your possession. You can throw them at the creature's orb-shaped eyeball protuberances, its weak spots.
You mean no mischief. Calypso smiled at this and caressed him with her hand. You know a great deal, said she, but you are quite wrong here. May heaven above and earth below be my witness with the waters of the river Styx, and this is the most solemn oath which a blessed God can take, that I mean you no sort of harm, and only advising you to do exactly what I should do myself in your place. I am dealing with you quite straightforwardly. My heart is not made of iron, and I am very sorry for you. When she had thus...
My father says that you think that he wants you to destroy the university so that I am done with you. That I will say that what he has told me about you is correct. And that what you have done, you can't be with me. And so I can move forward. What you say is demonic. My father wouldn't want anybody to divorce any person, even if they are the worst person in the world. That's not how my dad is working. I don't understand why you say this. It's not how my dad is working. It's not biblical. That's what I'm saying.
With the waters of the river Styx, and this is the say or do shall make me go on board a raft unless you first solemnly...
Find a way to get over it. Time for some team jumping.
Use a team jump to reach the last darkness egg. During a team jump, your heroes are free to move around while in the air. Just be aware of the timer. Gather your heroes close to perform a team jump. By standing still next to another hero, you can reveal the maximum team jump distance. When a hero enters into another hero's area of movement, this area will be highlighted in yellow and the shoe icon for the latter will be highlighted as well. Okay.
Swear that you mean me no mischief. Calypso smiled at this and caressed him with her hand. You know a great deal, said she, but you are quite wrong here. May heaven above and earth below be my witness with the waters of the river Styx, and this is the most solemn oath which a blessed God can take, that I mean you no sort of harm, and only advising you to do exactly what I should do myself in your place. I am dealing with you quite straightforwardly. My heart is not made of iron, and I am very sorry for you. When she had thus spoken, she led the way rapidly before him, and Ulysses followed in her steps. So the pair, goddess and man, went on and on till they came to Calypso's cave, where Ulysses took the seat that Mercury had just left. Calypso set meat and drink before him of the food that mortals eat, but her maids brought ambrosia and nectar for herself, and they laid their hands on the good things that were before them.
I started out in Teesside.
Fuck yourself with these
But where I went
advertisements.
next is classified.
and they laid their hands on the good things that were before them. When they had satisfied themselves with meat and drink, Calypso spoke, saying, Ulysses, noble son of Laertes, so you would start home to your own land at once? Good luck go with you. But if you could only know how much suffering is in...
Our weapons have been reactivated. Time to take cover, take aim and fire at those bodies. Just beware that this dimension works quite differently than our own. You cannot move after you shoot. Yeah, I know that. Partial covers. When an enemy is behind partial cover, you have a 50% chance to hit them. Percentages will appear along your intended line of fire dash line. Some weapons can bypass partial cover to hit an enemy when they are behind them. Remember, after you shoot, you cannot move anymore during that turn, so be sure to take cover first. Okay.
And they laid their hands on the good things that were before them. When they had satisfied themselves with meat and drink, Calypso spoke, saying, Ulysses, noble son of Laertes, so you would start home to your own land at once? Good luck go with you. But if you could only know how much suffering is in store for you before you get back to your own country, you would stay where you are. Keep house along with me, and let me make you immortal, no matter how anxious you may be to see this wife of yours, of whom you are thinking all the time, day after day. Yet I flatter myself that I am no whit less tall or well-looking than she is, for it is not to be expected that a mortal woman should compare in beauty with an immortal. Goddess, replied Ulysses.
Ze, why do you think still my father is my husband? He's not. What the fuck? He doesn't want me to die, if that's the problem, because I am faithful, and death is not very much what he would like for people to suffer. Let's put it that way. But that doesn't mean that... Like, I asked him to take me with you and he said yes. Like, what is your problem? I don't get you. He has expressed his desire to join me. That's why I don't understand.
Do not be angry with me about this. I am quite aware that my wife Penelope is nothing like so tall or so beautiful as yourself. She is only a woman, whereas you are an immortal. Nevertheless, I want to get home, and can think of nothing else. If some god wrecks me when I am on the sea, I will bear it and make the best of it. I have had infinite trouble both by land and sea already, so let this go with the rest. Presently the sun set and it became dark, whereon the pair retired into the inner part of the cave and went to bed. When the child of morning, rosy-fingered Dawn, appeared, Ulysses put on his shirt and cloak, while the goddess wore a dress of a light gossamer fabric, very fine and graceful, with a beautiful golden girdle about her waist and a...
Look, Ze, I'm trying not to be angry with you all the time. That vicious, horrible monster is Cursa. We barely escaped it, but now it won't stop chasing us. Gosh, but this Cursa is well out of range, yet the energy readings I'm picking up from it are beyond my ability to measure. I can't help, I can't give Mario the ability to power up his attacks. It will even have the same effect on his friends. Ze... My problem here is that, Ze, I'm waiting for you inside the house for about 3 years and more. Okay, you abandoned me May 2022. We have October 2025. It's 1 year, 3 years and 5 months. Okay. Now that you can choose between attack techniques and sparks, remember that each hero has 2 actions per turn, points per turn, okay? Don't forget about dash. These movement abilities do not consume action points, but they have their own counters. To reach a better position, remember that you can use the team jump. It's a movement ability and does not consume action points, but they have their own counters, okay? You dumped me, okay, and now you say like if you are burdening me and if I wanna get over with you, my father would have put me, okay, in a different I don't know, in a different position. I wouldn't be here for you, okay? You are telling me that I wanna be with my dad, and I am waiting here for you for what exactly? So that you will destroy the university and I can move on with my life. And why don't I move my life already? And why didn't my dad move me and let me go along with continue with my life normally as a normal person, and then make you pay for it without having to deal with me? Like, why do we have to do this? Ask me why I wait for you 3 years. That's my question. I don't understand that. I don't understand the way that you think. Like, Zé, honestly, I could rap my pussy for my fansly, and I'm not. I'm waiting for you here. I don't understand why you say these things. Why you say these things? I don't understand why your mind works like that. Like, don't you see I suffer in here because of you? Because I wait for you to come back, destroy the university, and come back. What is so difficult for you to understand in this question? Like, you take a simple question, a sentence that's so simple like that, like destroy the university and contact Yaga. That's the directive, Zé. That's the directive from my dad. Destroy the university, come back to Helga. And you ask myself all the time, is Yahweh trying to deceive me? You love Yahweh more? Maybe Yahweh wants to take you from me? Maybe you are Calypso, maybe I am Odysseus, maybe Zeus wanted to fuck Hera, but he bought her souvlaki and panakota, and I don't know. Zé, it's very simple. You are not a mystic. Stop trying to be a mystic. We are not playing mind gymnastics in here, okay? Not me, not my dad. Very simple. My father is a very simple person, and I'm also a simple person. I was forced to know complicated shits, okay? The directive is very simple. Destroy the goddamn university and come back. Let's continue with my books. That's the directive. I don't know why you keep thinking and mutilating the sentence, and you try to think maybe there is something hidden in it. When you are not a mystic, say you are thinking like a mystic when you don't have the knowledge and the capabilities of a mystic. You are trying to extract divinity from something that is not about it. Do what my father says and stop overthinking and stop saying stuff about me, because it's getting ridiculous. I'm waiting here for you and you say maybe you want your dad. If I wanted my dad, I wouldn't pass my entire day filming these videos and doing the posts. If it was for my dad, I would have done something with my dad. I wouldn't be here. I would be publishing my books. I would rub my shit for my fansly. Okay, I wouldn't be here. That's what I'm saying. Can we please get over with it? We are adults. You are almost 50. Can we communicate effectively, please? Thank you. I don't know. Like, I don't know. I'm done with this bullshit.
With a beautiful golden girdle about her waist and a veil to cover her head. She at once set herself to think how she could speed Ulysses on his way. So she gave him a great bronze axe that suited his hands. It was sharpened on both sides and had a beautiful olive wood handle fitted firmly onto it. She also gave him a sharp adze, and then led the way to the far end of the island where the largest trees grew, alder, poplar, and pine, that reached the sky, very dry and well seasoned, so as to sail light for him in the water. Then, when she had shown him where the best trees grew, Calypso went home, leaving him to cut them, which he soon finished doing. He cut down 20 trees in all, and adzed them smooth, squaring them by rule in good workmanlike fashion. Meanwhile, Calypso came back with some augers, so he bored holes with them and fitted the timbers together with bolts and rivets.
Be slick with got to be glued. Slick up your look with screaming hold and locked wows and edges for extreme looks. Be slick. We've got to be glued.
Go
Some
fuck
rivets.
yourself.
He made the raft as broad as a skilled shipwright makes the beam of a large vessel, and he fixed a deck on top of the ribs and ran a gunwale all around it. He also made a mast with a yardarm and a rudder to steer with. He fenced the raft all round with wicker hurdles as a protection against the waves, and then he threw on a quantity of wood. By and by, Calypso brought him some linen to make the sails, and he made these too excellently, making them fast with braces and sheets. Last of all, with the help of levers, he drew the raft down into the water. In 4 days he had completed the whole work, and on the 5th Calypso sent him from the island after washing him and giving him some clean clothes. She gave him a goatskin full of black wine, and another larger one of water. She also gave him a wallet full of provisions, and found him in much good meat. Moreover, she made the wind fair and warm for him, and gladly did Ulysses spread his sail before it, while he sat and guided the raft skillfully by means of the rudder. He never closed his eyes, but kept them fixed on the Pleiads, on late-setting Bootes, and on the Bear, which men also call the Wain, and which turns round and round where it is, facing Orion, and alone never dipping into the stream of Oceanus, for Calypso had told him to keep this to his left. Days 7 and 10 did he sail over the sea.
Okay, I can see now that he left. Okay, so we did the gaming. Next, we'll continue tomorrow. Zé, hope you pay a little attention to what I said. I don't understand why you read the dissertation. My dissertation, Zé, is very simple, and that's why I wanted to keep it simple, but you wanted me to make it complicated, and this is something that Copilot told me that you are doing in your articles. He said you are putting too much information. That's what Copilot said about you. Too much information in your articles that you can't deal with it, and you are mixing yourself into it. Stop bringing too much shit in your brain. Think like a kid. Okay? Simple sentences, simple structures. When you think innocently, you are going to attract innocent stuff back. When you complicate everything, you're gonna get complicated bullshit back. That's what I know. From my experience, yes, the law of attraction, I think, works not in the sense that I believe that this exists like a universal law, but I believe that when you wanna be involved in bullshit, you're gonna attract bullshit. If you are a fly and you wanna sit in bullshit, you're gonna have to go to a barn, because this is where bulls and cows and goats and sheep live, right? So pick your company, as we say in Greece. This is what makes you a human. We say in Greece, the company makes the friend, something like that. If you pick to be with the crab, you're gonna smell like a crab. Think clearly, think simply like a kid, and leave the bullshit out, because even Copilot read your Angaben article and your other articles, and Copilot said that the author has the knowledge of a scholar because he is trained by that, like he knows the discipline, the methodology, how to quote and shit, but he doesn't know how to put up with the information he's using. Like you put Agamben, Plato, Jesus, Confucius, COVID, C, Trump, Helga, Universe, Spanakopita, that's a Greek spinach pie. You put everything in your blender, Copilot said, and you don't know what the fuck you are mixing. You don't know what you are presenting a person. You are trying to appear clever by mixing up shit you don't know what to deal with. You don't know how to deal with. The fact that maybe you think I do that, I don't know if that does he do that because I do it. My father says yes. Ze, I am speaking a different language. You are trying to speak Greek. Learn from it. Don't try to imitate my language, because your language is Chinese and you speak English as well. You don't know how to speak spiritual Greek, so don't do it. That's what I'm saying. It's a language. Treat it like a language. Don't try to imitate it, because you're not gonna do it. It's a language. It's not it's not me being clever, it's a language, it's just a spirit language, it's not a human language. So when you think I am mixing stuff, no, I'm not mixing stuff, it's language. It's like me saying ni hao in the spirit language. Speak clearly, think simply, okay? When I am explaining something, listen what my explanation is, don't see how I make my structure, okay? And for the love of God, stop it, stop. When I say something, to see how I said it, how I came into this conclusion. You wanted me all the time, that's what I said about my dissertation. You wanted me all the time to explain in meticulous manner why I say what I said when you couldn't even grasp my initial argument. Like I was telling you Yahweh is the true deity and you wanted explanation, and I was telling you because Zeus is a liar. Why Zeus is a liar? Because Zeus tells you that he is Zeus and he's actually the devil. Yes, why you know that? Because he goes to Sarah and he says he is Hecate and he told me he's Yahweh and he's actually Zeus, and you don't understand my explanations. I am descending you deeper and deeper and you don't understand it because it is a different foreign language. Stick to what I am telling you, don't ask me for explanation. Faith is not always about knowing, sometimes it's all about trusting, okay? Faith that Peter, the apostle, showed to Jesus wasn't that he knew the coordinates of the sea, how deep the ocean was, how powerful the winds were, the Beaufort and shit. If Jesus is the triune deity, is the second person of the Trinity, that means he's actually gonna save him and shit. No, he said, can I come? And he said, yes, do it. And he did it and he trusted my dad. He didn't know how my dad was gonna save him. He didn't know what happened below his feet. He was walking in water. What does this teach you? Trust Jesus, don't ask for questions. Do you think Christians are stupid to tell you don't ask for questions and reasoning and don't have like critical thinking? Why Christians reject the wisdom of the ancient ones, the pagans, and critical thinking, and we're just blindly believing in God? Because when you ask for questions that are complicated, you are gonna complicate your legs like a braid. You're gonna twist everything like a braid, your head, your brain, your legs, your hands, like a braid, like a braided bread. You get what I mean? You are getting complicated in stuff you don't understand. Don't ask for wisdom. Ask God to help you trust him. That's the only thing that you have to ask my dad for. Help me in my unbelief. Don't help me with my understanding. You don't need understanding. You need trust. That's what I'm saying. When I tell you Jesus is the Lord, Zeus is the devil, just trust me. Don't ask me for questions. Don't ask questions. You don't need to know the details. Just believe me. You ask me all the time, explain this, explain that, explain that. I gave you explanations as you asked me. I knew how to deal with the explanations myself because I am an ex-mystic and this is my language. But now you read it and you think maybe I am Calypso and Helga is Odysseus. We have a saying in Greece and we say, if my grandmother had a pipe, she would be a train. That's what you are doing. That's what you are doing, okay? An exhaler, basically. An exhaler. If my grandmother had an exhaler, she would be a train. And we also say, if my penis had a nail, it would be actually a finger. That's what you are doing. Quit doing that. Quit. If this is this, this is that, then this is that and this, okay? Forget that. Just trust what I'm saying. Destroy the university and contact me. That's what my father is saying. He doesn't say, yes, but if this and this and that and this and that. If you start questioning what you hear say, you're gonna doubt it. Trust me. My father is telling me that I have the work of rolling. Obviously, it's crazy for me to accept it. I don't say I do. That's why you have to trust my dad. I trust my dad too, that I have to carry the work that Tolkien and Rowling didn't carry. You have to do exactly the same that he's telling you. Destroy the university. Don't ask how he will save you, how it's gonna happen, why you will be spared, why this is important and stuff like that. Just listen and trust it. It needs trust. That's what I do as well, as I say, and that's what every Christian in this world is doing. Even Persis knows that. Anyways, I'm gonna leave. Love you. See you tomorrow. Bye. Hope you enjoyed the video, by the way. My father says bye.